Hey, thanks for stopping by. Robert Kofed with Computer Creations, and today, March 4th, 2025, is my 5th year anniversary being on YouTube. And what I wanted to do today is just make a short video to say thank you to the 33,702 subscribers that have subscribed to my channel and look for the content that might help them out. Today, I just wanted to reminisce a little bit about my journey on YouTube over the last 5 years in hopes that it might inspire somebody else that may be thinking that's something that they want to do, but they just don't know what it's all about, how much commitment there is, and what you, the maker, get out of it. So what I thought I'd do today is just kind of start from the, from the basics on why I started my channel, and kind of how it's evolved over the last 5 years. I will tell you that when I started my channel 5 years ago today, I had no idea that jumping forward 5 years, I would have 33,000 subscribers to my channel. The goal when I started my channel, and it was right at the peak of the pandemic, I had just retired from a 40-year corporate job, and we were going to take our side hustle full time. And I purchased a 10-watt diode laser, spent about $1,200 on the setup. It took me 2 months to get it together and to learn how to use it. And the reason why was back in 2020, early 2020, there was absolutely no content on YouTube that covered what you needed to do, how to get settings, those kind of things. And so because it was so frustrating at that point in time to buy something and not be able to get it to run, within a reasonable amount of time, I thought to myself, if I'm struggling this much, certainly somebody else is as well. And so I thought I would capture that content. Now, one of the things that I've always enjoyed is sharing information. I used to teach in my corporate job. I did a lot of public speaking, and I like to be able to communicate with people on the things that I'm working on. And so as I got more into thinking about doing a YouTube channel, it just made sense to me. It really appealed to me, meaning that I knew that I was going to help that one person that was struggling out there. And so that's what we did. And so at first, I got my diode laser, I got it set up, took me 2 months to get it to work. It created some beautiful stuff, and that's what got me hooked on lasers, was that 10-watt diode. Now, the diodes today are way different compared to the diode that I had. The diode I had really couldn't cut anything, not even very thin balsa wood, but it did a beautiful job in engraving. And so that gave me kind of the drive. I really enjoyed the ability to create things and be able to make them and produce them for the customers that I had. Back then in 2020, Lightburn isn't what it is today, that's for sure. It was still a great piece of software, but it lacked a lot of elements that you really needed. So at that particular time, I was using third-party software, going back and forth between Lightburn and the third-party software and getting it done. Fast forward to getting hooked with the diode laser, knowing that if I was going to turn this into a business, I needed something a little bit faster. And so the wife and I decided to purchase a Thunder Nova 2460. That was our very first CO2 laser. And from that, that's really when my business took off. I started to create a lot more things. I had lots of content that I could use on my channel. And I quickly found that I was kind of a down in the weeds guy, meaning that I wasn't going to give you that 30,000 foot view. I was going to show you step by step by step on how to do it. Primarily because if somebody shows me that, usually I'm pretty good to go. If I've got to do a lot of reading in between the lines, sometimes I'm not very good at that. And so I decided early on in my channel that the content I was going to create was going to be more of a step-by-step type content compared to an overview where you're skipping a lot of processes and steps. because I saw that when I was trying to learn my diode, and it was very frustrating to me. So we started that and got going on it. I'll never forget, the first handful of subscribers I got within the first couple of weeks. It was very exciting, and learned pretty quickly that audio was probably the single biggest issue that I had when I started my channel. And as I'm going along here, I'm going to share some things that I learned along the way. So if you're thinking about maybe starting a YouTube channel, you can kind of pay attention to this, and it may save you some bumps along the way. And so as I was creating my content, I was using just a very inexpensive camera at that point in time, really no audio equipment at all. It was just basically whatever the camera was capturing at the time. And I started to get some people that would complain a little bit about the audio. And if you go back and listen to some of my very first videos, the audio was absolutely horrible. Completely understand that. And I quickly learned that you can get by with a fairly inexpensive camera. You could use your iPhone, your regular phone that you have. But audio is absolutely key when it comes to YouTube videos. Most everybody doesn't care as much about the video quality as they do about the audio quality. And so I will link, I'm using the Hollyland Lynx audio system. They're very expensive. I think this system is 180 bucks, and it fits on my iPhone and my laptop and my camera. It's a very universal system, something I've stumbled on about a year ago, and I love it. It's very flexible. And so I'll put a link in my description to that. That's something that you can purchase, and it will give you superior audio quality for a very reasonable cost. So audio is really important when it comes to YouTube videos. As I grew as a channel, and I had people kind of request what they wanted to see, that really kind of started to formulate the type of channel I wanted to be, meaning that I soon found out what was missing in the light burn spectrum. Of course, back 5 years ago, nobody was creating light burn content. I was one of the few people that was, and as light burn grew, so did I as a channel. And so we started to gain momentum on covering lasers, light burn projects, that kind of stuff. And before you know it, a year after I started my YouTube channel, I got monetized. So it took me about, matter of fact, I got monetized on Christmas Day 2020. And so it was, what a great Christmas present, right? That YouTube's saying, hey, you've met the criteria. You can monetize your channel if you want, and away we go. So one thing that I determined about my channel is I really didn't want to try to create the same content as some of the other makers was making. So typically what happens is when I decide on what type of content I'm going to generate for this next couple of months, I go out there and kind of look to see what's available. And if there's a bunch of videos on that particular topic, normally I won't cover it. If it's something that's harder to find, or maybe something that I needed to figure out and I can't find any YouTube topics on it, I will figure it out and then generate a YouTube so there's some content out there on that particular topic. And so that's why your input as viewers and subscribers is so important to a channel like mine. If you're looking for some kind of content, whether it be light burn or project or using certain materials, and you can't find that content out on YouTube, please let me know that, because that's the stuff that I absolutely love to do. Now, maybe you might make a request that maybe I don't know how to do. And what that does is that lights a fire under me to figure it out. And I will get it figured out, and then I typically generate content for it. And so, number one, I've learned a new skill, know how to do something different. I generated content for the channel that will help somebody out that, there might not be any other content out there that's available. And so don't be bashful about making a comment about the content you'd like to see, a topic you'd like to see, anything different about the channel, even if it's a different direction. One of the things that I've often struggled with when it comes to my channel is, do I stay strictly just laser, light burn, very narrowly focused, or should I expand a little bit, maybe do some videos on a little bit more personal level about me and what I do during my off time? I'm certainly open to those kind of things, but I would love to hear from my subscribers on, hey, keep it narrowly focused. That's what we watch your channel for. Or, hey, we'd like to learn a little bit more about what you do in other parts of your business. I've been in business for 25 years. So there's been a lot of things that I've had to go through over the last 25 years, and I've learned a lot. And so if there's content that you guys would like to see from a more business-related aspect, let me know that. That would be great. And so I just really wanted to take a few minutes, and if somebody is thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I would let them know that it's so worth it. The people that you can help, the input you get back, it will make you a better person. Because the thing about it is, when you're doing a YouTube channel and you get all this input back, you find that, number one, you probably don't know other people as well as you think you do. And it gives you a completely different perspective on the business that you're doing, how you handle customers, those kind of things. What I've learned over this last 5 years doing business with lasers and doing YouTube is what I think what I like versus what the masses like can be two completely different things. I will generate a video and put it on my YouTube channel and think to myself, man, this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a blockbuster. There's going to be a lot of people that really like this YouTube. And sometimes that's true, and other times it's not. Matter of fact, one of my very first videos that I ever created on this channel 4.5 years ago is still my #1 video, and it's been #1 for 5 years. So that proves to me that you don't have to have the state-of-the-art equipment to get or make or create content that people really enjoy. Now, I've looked at that particular one single YouTube. I'll put it up here on the screen so you can see which one it is. And the statistics come up every month, and that one is normally on top. And if it's not on top, it's within the top 3. And it's been that way for 5 years. And so if you're thinking about doing some content, just remember, you don't have to have fancy equipment to get started. Be yourself. People enjoy your personality coming through. I tend to migrate to people that I enjoy watching their YouTube content as just being themselves. And so the hardest part is taking that first step. And once you take that first step and you think about the name for your channel and you kind of get the logistics out of the way, you don't have to, create content every week. I typically create content about once every 2 weeks because as busy as my business is, that's about as much as I can do. Would I like to create more content? I would, but it's just not in the game plan right now. And so don't think for a minute that you got to create content once a week. Just create that first video, get it out there. Start doing a couple extra. By about the 5th or 6th video that you get created, you're on your way. And it gets easier, especially, the first YouTube video I produced took me a full day for a 10-minute video. And now I can do it in, 2-3 hours if it's a 30-minute video. And so it's one of those deals that, just like anything else, It's hard at first, but let's face it, anything worthwhile is not easy. And so if you're thinking about doing something like that, do it. Don't wait. I will never regret when I started my YouTube channel back in 2020, thinking at that time, man, if I could get 500 or 600 subscribers, I would be absolutely over the moon. And we're at 33,000 subscribers, and away we go. So I just wanted to make sure that all the subscribers and the people that watch my channel, to thank you so much. It means so much to me. Just remember, I read every comment. Most of the time I reply. And it's you and your input that drive this channel and want me to create content that helps everybody out. So I'm not going to go on any further. I just wanted to make a short video and say thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. And let's face it, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. You knew that was coming, right? Thumbs up if you like my content. And if you have the ability, hit that thanks button and contribute to the channel. It's those contributions that I set aside and buy equipment, I buy product, that kind of stuff, so I can make my YouTube videos. So until the next video, thanks so much and have a great day.